The Patreon website creates a platform where we can support creators whose content wouldn't necessarily be viable financially on the big platforms. So in the next few weeks, we're going to share some of the projects that we support directly, with the hopes that you might be encouraged to support some of these projects as well. Here we go.
All right, so this week we're going to jump into the first two. Some old friends of ours, NeverEnuffAmmo and YankeeMarshal. So NeverEnuffAmmo, Matt and I have been chatting, I don't even know anymore, for a long time. Matt hosts 2 regular shows each week, and then a daily show, and then evening shows occasionally with his friends where they do gaming and stuff. So Matt's online quite a bit. I've always enjoyed his ability to keep an interesting live conversation going over time. There's literally no one who's been able to accomplish as many, or as the frequency and the number of shows. But then he plays around with it and has some fun, and brings new ways to keep it fun. It's probably the only way you could do it, both for your own motivation and for everybody enjoying it. It's been great to watch the audiences evolve and come and go over time, although some of them have stuck around for some time on Matt's channel. It's always fun to participate in the chats. Now, he does change the chats up for a while, so it's taken a little getting used to his new formats, but the nerd stuff and the movies and the TV stuff is always a lot of fun, considering it's a way to bring together people of different generations to talk about, what we all enjoy as far as movies and stuff. Then we got Yankee. So Matt and I started chatting live a bit, the way he says it, like I guess on one of my chats, and then Matt started going live on the regular much more consistently right off the bat. So back in 2012, Matt was already doing a consistent chat, and when I was out on the road and everything, we were able to jump into that chat quite a bit from different platforms. Matt would go live for a while there on Blog TV, which was a different platform than YouTube, and then switch over to YouTube when we finally got the YouTube Hangout function. And during the Blog TV days, Yankee started to come around, and he would have crazy ideas and weird points of view on stuff, but it was interesting and fun to chat with him. And then back in those Blog TV days, you could only have one person come on as a guest, and it was a really poor connection, and Yankees always had bad internet, so it was always fun just to deal with the difficulties of the physical connection and the technical stuff, watching these guys get together. And then once Matt could bring it up to YouTube, Yankee started to show up on the regular. I guess Yankee had been doing stuff in forums and stuff, but I'd never really crossed his path until Matt's live chats. Then Yankee really dug into YouTube and started putting up videos on a real consistent basis. Real interested, his focus seemed to be really interested in sharing kind of basic knowledge and archiving a bunch of resource online. I don't know if he was doing that intentionally or if it was just the methodical way of creating what he was looking for. But in the process, he created a pretty big following. So of course, lots of people follow Yankee now. His 1,000-something Patreons are a testament to what he's doing with his Patreon account. Now, everybody's doing a little differently. Matt is probably helping to recuperate some funds for all the time he spends on the thing, and therapy for the kids for all the movies he makes them watch. Yankee, on the other hand, is basically retired and just doing his project not as an income source, but as a way to stay, keep involved with the community and to do some good. So Yankee typically has some sort of a veteran-focused campaign going, as well as almost back-to-back campaigns for animals that have issues. And on top of that, they'll do the Christmas time toy drives and other, I don't even keep up with them all, other annual efforts to do good work with the concept of a whole bunch of people throwing a couple of bucks into a pile and then doing good works with that each month. Of course, on top of that, he has the friend of the channel stuff going on, where they do the gift certificate situations for people who might be in need, or just randomly for people to participate in what he's doing. So again, he's having a lot of fun playing with the projects and doing different things, both on the YouTube and off the internets. And I've had a chance to meet both of these guys over the years. Met Yankee quite a few times now in different places where we've both shown up. And then Matt finally did get out of his little crazy corner, Texas, and show up in Tulsa years back. Unfortunately, we've never all three gotten together yet. I'm guessing that might happen some point in the future. But until then, we're starting off with two friends of ours, friends of mine, and we'll dig in future weeks to some of the other channels that we support here on Patreon. Now, those two guys are both doing fine, and again, they're using their funding to do other projects mostly. So the people that we'll be talking about in future videos are in different situations altogether, both in the focus of their projects and the scale of their funding in their projects. So some of the people, now you'll notice too, I support everybody for $1 a month. I'm basically using other people's money to support these people because I'm getting an income from Patreon, and I'm turning some of that money right back around and supporting these other channels, except for Locked and Loaded. We give them $5 a month, but otherwise the reason for the contribution isn't because we're going to support them financially necessarily, but so that we can link them to our channel, let other people who find us and find value in supporting projects like ours, we want them to know about the projects we support. And then of course, for videos like this one, it makes it a lot easier to point everyone at the channels that we think are doing the most good for 2A over on Patreon. So let us know in the comments what you think. Patreon gets a lot of bad rap, and some of it's legitimate, but most of it, in my opinion, is not. I've been using the platform now for a while, knocking on wood, and it's been decent for not just myself, but for lots of other folks. And there's certainly some issues, but every platform has issues, and of the various platforms that can be used for funding, Patreon, it takes a very small percentage for the transaction. So the most bang for your buck is through Patreon. Again, they tend to leave us alone if we don't push the terms of service issues, and we're able to accomplish great things. Some of the projects we'll be featuring in the future range the gambit from YouTube stuff to podcasting, and then to real life events and training that takes place in the real world, or IRL as the kids would say. So thanks for joining us now. Stay tuned in future weeks, and again, looking forward to those comments on the channels that we are going to be featuring. Till next time, thanks for watching the video over on gunstreamer.com or on guntube.org.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of GunWebsites.com encourages you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching GunWebsites.com.